There's often cases of culpable driver where someone gets 10, 11, 12, even more years. But most of them are people who have no prior convictions of any significance. They come to the court for the first time. I think they're flabbergasted by the fact that they're in a criminal proceeding. They've been told by their lawyer that they're going to go to jail, that they're going to spend time in prison with real criminals. And I think it's a shock to them, and it's a huge shock to their family, who look upon the process and ask themselves, what's my son or daughter doing here?
Any driver who thinks they can seriously injure or kill someone and not go to jail is making a serious mistake.
I think people need to understand that irresponsible driving comes at a very substantial cost. Whatever is said on behalf of the victim, the reality is that the judge will impose a significant term of imprisonment.
So many times I see it, and I know I did it myself, is the old, "I'll never happen to me," I'm a good driver, and it's beyond that.
The state's road toll is climbing and is in real danger of overtaking last year's figure of 290 fatalities. The previous year, 303 people died on our roads. We speak to two judges, family men, and fathers in fact. They say that each case still manages to create a shocking sensation for them.
We don't all come from white ivory towers. We were all young, driving cars, driving around with mates.
2 days after my 21st birthday, a dear friend of mine who was present there was killed in a car accident driven by his very best friend. Everyone drives one, but if not everyone, then almost everyone. And people need to come to grips with the fact that they are heavy and at speed and out of control. They are a lethal weapon.
And when they're mixed with drugs and alcohol?
Even more so, and youth and bravado and a bit of showing off, and suddenly a vehicle's out of control, and there are usually very tragic consequences when that occurs.
Any extended time with my eyes closed while I'm conscious is time, I think. So, before I go to bed, I see, I play the accident through my head. I have no idea how it happened, but I've got a police report, so my imagination goes wild with me, and I get awful visions of the accident.
It's something that we see here as a common event, and unfortunately, it is the best friend that gets killed, or the girlfriend. That's a very sad part about this, that these people don't see themselves as serious criminals. They could just as easily have been victims on that night. It's quite capricious who dies. We sometimes hear in this court the family of the victim, who are usually closely connected with the driver, pleading for some leniency for the driver, saying, look, we've lost our boy, let's not lose him as well.
And how much weight does that carry?
Well, not much.
The Act allows for jail terms of up to 20 years, and according to County Court Chief Judge Michael Rozenes, the sentences being handed down by the courts are getting tougher. The community in the past 10 years has demanded a stiff response to these sort of offences. It is said young people feel a deep and profound sense of shame over killing their friends and mates. Before taking the wheel, they should consider the value of their friendships.
Young men often appreciate their mates more than anyone else. Maybe if we get them to look closely at their mates, at their faces, and ask them how they feel if they killed them in the blink of an eye, that maybe, just maybe, they will want to be more guardians of their mates rather than the ones that show off, the ones that prove something. I think that's probably an old man's argument to a young man's head.
That's the worst thing about it. It was, I had two best mates, and that was one of them. And just just this incredible pain that it's this gut ache. It's every time you think about it, which is numerous times during the day. And I don't think, to be honest, I don't think the feeling will ever go away. And the fact is I don't want it to, because I never want to forget.